had this insight. Um, the reason the Baphomet symbol is perplexing to normal people, like why you could think that's profound, why this makes sense to you, why you think this is a good symbol, is Baphomet is a high IQ psychopath. And by this I mean it's supposed to represent good and balance, good and evil in one person, opposites and extremes in one person. Now, anyone who's moderately intelligent can see there's literally no reason to ever do evil. Like, you're using this as a symbol of leading society, ruling society, but the entire pretense that you have to do evil to do good is just a lie. It's literally a lie you're telling yourself, right? There's enough evil in the world purely by nature that there's never a reason for you to be doing evil unless you're just a harmful person, right? So I was like, how can anyone think this is? But then it clicked. They like the symbol because that's how your whole life feels when you're a high IQ psychopath. I can imagine that's how you go about your life. And what made me click this was watching a YouTube video of Christiana Elser, who is a porch pirate. She's a porch pirate and she's extremely wealthy and clearly connected to the elites. She's got like a Winona Ryder little problem where she likes doing antisocial acts for fun. So she was just having a hobby of being a porch pirate, right? And she lived in Colorado. And, during her time of being a porch pirate, the cops caught her, right? And they caught her using cameras as the doorbell filmed her. And the cops also saw her car traveling there, right? And here's the thing about Christiana Elser, though. Her husband is a tech security guy connected to the elites. She works in finance, connected to the elites. They're extremely wealthy and they're extremely connected, right? Right now on CIA Tube, they have the civil rights lawyers, 1.3 million followers, and clearly in the club, highlighting her case as a travesty of justice, that the cop came to her door demanding that she admit it and that they have high quality video of her. The reason the cop in the video is so certain is because it is her. It's obviously her. Like, even with the civil rights lawyer trying to make her not look like the perp, she looks identical to the perp. It's like some Clark Kent shit where they have her doing this in his video and she's looking down like that in the video. And it's like, we can't possibly tell. It's like she has a very distinctive face. She's got a big nose, a small jaw, cheekbones, a square hairline with ash blonde roots, and platinum hair. And so does the perp, right? The only difference in the photo that's supposed to exonerate her and prove she looks nothing like this is the facial expression. And that would fool a moron. I'm not a moron. I'm an artist. I'm extremely good at recognizing patterns. That's her. That's her in the video. And if you have any doubt, the not doctored photo the Illuminati friends are releasing, where she's doing this and looking polar opposite of the looking down while stealing poor people's packages videos. In the video that they're showing us of the cop violating this poor rich white blonde woman's rights, she's looking down the video and looks exactly, you can see her cheekbones, you can see her jaw. She's got like a Ghislaine looking face, like the blonde Ghislaine. Yeah, it's her. It's absolutely her, right? But oh, you get ready to watch this video, right? Her husband comes to the door. You should know I'm a tech security guy. Like, he's like almost saying it menacing, like hint, hint, hint. And we all know what that means. He's a hacker for the elites, right? We know that, right? His job is to like manipulate cams and kill people for them and stuff, right? And she works in finance, which is basically a job like Epstein had, where you just get money for no reason, pretend you're contributing something. So she got a finance job, which is literally like just getting paid to be a blood drinking soulless monster. And he's got a hacker skill job, right? So, surprise to no one. After the cop says, listen, stop lying to me, here's your summons, and leaves, magically there are videos exonerating his wife of her Winona Ryder habit. And magically there are real videos of her not driving there and driving to the tailor. And we know people can't be paid or threatened, and the tailor says she was here. Yep. And you can even see the inconsistency in their stories, right? In the beginning, when the cop comes there, the guy goes, "I just want you to know, I work in tech security." And he's saying with this menacing vibe, like, you don't even know who you're fucking with. He says, "I was driving the car." So we see inconsistencies there. Like the husband comes, steps and says, "I was driving the car. How do you know she was driving it?" But then their alibi is an AI video, I mean, a real video of her driving to a tailor. Yeah, when I watched that, and not only that, they made the cop apologize. Like they wanted to humiliate him for daring to give them justice, right? So when it clicked, Baphomet's a high IQ psychopath because had just made a long thread. I'm gonna make another video after this. We should have a category, a schema of psychopaths based on intelligence because it really modifies how you function and what you do and how likely you are to act. The two groups that are most likely to act with psychopathy are low IQ and high IQ. They are going to be in positions to act. In the case of low IQ people, it's because they're so stupid they can't make better choices, they can't deceive, they can't lie, they can't pretend to be they're just constantly doing violence if they can. They're kind of who get that randomly violent and attack people. They steal, they have no pro-social instinct. The high IQ psychopath, because of their talents, in context psychopathy can end up in the Illuminati for real and identifying with Baphomet. So in that middle, the reason they're the fewest psychopaths are in like the 100, 115 spectrum is because they have the fewest opportunities to act on being a psychopath. In the sense, they're smart enough to know for people of their power level and skill level, being pro-social usually gets you shit, and all they want is shit. They don't feel anything. But the difference between this strata, the medium ground, is they are extremely opportunistic and transactional. And if you present this kind of person, they know to throw out their garbage, they know to wash their clothes, they may have a job, the ability to do great evil, they will do it. And they have makes them different from non-psychopathic people in the same potential category where they feel bad. They wouldn't want to do evil, even if they get shit. This person, everything they do is decided by, can I get away with this? Right? But they look and perform pro-social rituals because they usually conclude, I can't get away with this. That's what they are usually concluding. The bottom, the 85 tier psychopath, they could not get away with it and they're too stupid to can know or care, right? That's pure impulsive criminality. State prisons are made up of a lot of these people. And then there's a high IQ psychopath where they'll hack your videos, they'll bribe and threaten people that my wife's not Winona Ryder ass fucking sociopath degenerate just stealing despite being so rich. And then they'll make the police department apologize. That's the difference right there. Baphomet is a high IQ psychopath. He's a trust fund boy who's a little bit, he's not nearly as smart as he thinks he is. He's not nearly as talented as he thinks he is. But because he's a psychopath and he's been privileged his whole life, he literally thinks he can do whatever he wants and it's balance. And they see themselves in this symbol because if you're a high IQ psychopath, that's your life. Like you're great, you're wonderful, you're especially so talented, doctor, lawyer. And deep down, you have the same priorities as an 85 psychopath. You're just able to do it, right? And get away with it. So, that's their duality. Their duality is on one hand, I'm congressman, counselor, doctor. On the other hand, I want to eat faces, steal for fun, and kill people to watch them die. So, that's the duality they see in Baphomet. I can imagine you're a high IQ psychopath, that shit hits hard. But for me, as a non-psychopath with empathy and compassion, I look at it as so stupid, and I think this is why they impress as stupid. It's because, like, I would observing them would think this over and over. I know they're not stupid. They seem so stupid, and the reason is they have the same life priorities as an IQ 85 person. Everything they do, all their study, all their accomplishments is just to get shit dominate shit and steal and do that, right? So it's almost becomes like the good they do is an excuse to be who they really are, which is degenerates, low intelligence degenerates, right? And I realize pro-social people can mistake psychopathy for stupidity, but it's not. It just so happens most psychopaths are stupid. There's actually data on this because it's related to brain damage. This often clusters with intellectual handicaps. And so your average criminally inclined person is stupid. But you can be completely antisocial, lacking empathy and compassion, and be smarter. But to you, the non-psychopath, where these things are foreign to you, you couldn't understand it. Especially someone like me, where I'm on the polar opposite side of this, where I'm like overly compassionate, self-sacrificial, not selfish. Um, they seem like stupid people for having the same interests as criminals. Like, and they're not desperate. They just like being evil, right? And that's the duality that sings to them, that makes the symbol so important to them. Anything else is a cognitive justification because that is obviously what it is. And if you are not them, you will think they're perplexing, stupid. Why do you want to do evil? You don't have to do it. They like it. And the duality they see in themselves is on one hand, people think I'm good, and on the other hand, I'm actually evil. That's it.